So, what is divorce busting? This is a completely biased approach to help couples make their marriages work and keep their families together. I'm guilty as charged. It is not neutral. And by the way, there is no such thing as a neutral approach to therapy, because who you are, your values, your ideas, your background comes seeping through no matter what model you use. But I'm here to tell you that I am very, very conscious about the fact that this is a biased model designed to help people stay together. We now have had decades of looking at the result of rampant divorce and disposable marriages, and the results aren't so great. So when couples are at war with one another, especially when they have children, I really think that it behooves all therapists to have skills that are designed to help these very difficult couples find resolution and make their marriages work. You know, when couples come to see us, they may act like they have a very firm idea about what's going on in their lives, but truly their notions about what's happening are vague and amorphous. And then they tell us stories about their lives, and then what we focus upon, what we ignore, what we pay attention to, all gives shape to the stories that are told. And then there's a saying, let me see what I say so I know what I think. That's what happens in therapy. On the basis of the stories they tell, which are guided by the way in which we channel the conversation, they make a determination about the viability of their marriages. So we have a great deal of influence in how people leave the session believing whether change is possible or not. I firmly believe, and the divorce busting method is based on the fact that most divorce is unnecessary, because most of the problems that people are having when they're considering divorce are solvable. Another idea that is basic to the divorce busting method is that falling in love is easy, but staying in love is really another matter. It requires relationship skills. And where do we learn how to be in a relationship? We learn it when we're little kids watching our parents. And unfortunately, lots of us haven't had really great role models. So how in the world are we supposed to know what to do when we're in a relationship with someone else? We're not. It's impossible. So when I work with couples, and the model is based on the fact that many couples need to learn specific skills to resolve their differences. Divorce busting is also based on the idea that you need a model that's effective if only one person shows up. You know why? Because often only one person shows up. There's another reason. Most divorce is a unilateral decision, which means that one person wants the divorce and the other person doesn't. You better know how to work with the one person who's motivated to keep things going, especially because that other person might not be there. But even if that other person is there, in most relationships, there's one spouse that's more highly motivated to work on things than the other. You need a method of working with that one motivated person so that they can begin to be the catalyst for change in the relationship. Divorce busting is also a very programmatic approach. When I was a rookie therapist and I was in the room with people, I felt totally lost. I didn't know what to do, no matter what anybody said. So I decided that when I developed the model, it wouldn't be that way, and that I could actually teach people what to do when one spouse says or does this, what to do when another spouse responds this way. There's a roadmap. It's really important to have an idea in your head, to have a vision of what this couple's life would be like without the problem, so that you can walk them down the path and help them accomplish that in a very programmatic way. Another concept that divorce busting is based on is that it isn't the differences in people's attitudes and opinions and backgrounds and values and likes and dislikes that ultimately divides people and makes them decide to divorce. It's when one or both of those spouses become hopeless. That's when they throw in the towel. Hopelessness is the real cancer in marriage, which leads me to a final idea about divorce busting. Good therapists are hope mongers. If you can't instill hope as early as the first or second session, you need to go back to the drawing board and do something else. Because that's the thing that people need to keep their spirits going, to work on things. You need to be able to instill hope. So I really would like to know, what is your hope quotient? What is your HQ?